Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Peter Glidden here, September 23rd, 2013. This from the National Cancer Institute. It is estimated that 232,340 women will be diagnosed with, and 39,620 women will die of cancer of the breast in 2013. That's 230,000 women plus getting breast cancer and 40,000 dying from it, which is a tragedy of biblical proportions and the tip of the iceberg, because if you're watching the live feed, if this slide doesn't make you want to just, go crazy, I'm not really sure what will. My colleague, Dr. Joel Wallach, the founder of Longevity, sued the Food and Drug Administration a number of times. One of his lawsuits was to collect something called a certified qualified health claim, so that we can say legally that 200 micrograms of selenium reduces the occurrence of breast cancer by 82%, reduces the occurrence of breast cancer by 82%. What's 82% of 40,000? It's about 35,000 women. If they followed our advice, if people followed our advice, approximately 30,000 women plus would not get breast cancer, and they wouldn't die from breast cancer. They wouldn't die from breast cancer. They wouldn't die from breast cancer. And that's a remarkable statistic, and this is why the healthcare system in the United States is broken, because, well, number one, it's not healthcare, it's disease management. It's not healthcare, it's symptom suppression through synthetically derived, sold at a profit pharmaceutical drugs. And these drugs are delivered not to cure anything, but to manage things, and since it's an out-of-control, runaway pharmaceutical juggernaut, they're not concerned with things that are actually effective. I mean, a reduction in breast cancer by 82%. Oh, by the way, it also reduces prostate cancer by 69%, colon cancer by 64%, and lung cancer by 39%. That's one mineral supplement, selenium, one mineral supplement. You want to know how much research we've done on that since that was discovered? Zero. You know what this means, of course? If every woman in the United States took one supplement of selenium, 200 micrograms a day, in one generation we would eliminate breast cancer by 82%. I guess that's just not good enough for the pharmaceutical company, because guess what? If you cure something, then you're all out of business. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the tip of the cancer iceberg. We're going to be talking a lot more about this tomorrow, so tune on in and turn yourself on. Right now we're going to go to Tennessee and talk to Lori. Hey, Lori, thanks for the phone call. You are live.
Okay, I wanted to find out about large joints on your fingers. Like, how can someone get them reduced? And, like, for people where they're kind of, like, bent and going in different directions. I have an 82-year-old woman, and she's having a lot of problems with that.
Yeah, the fancy-schmancy doctor term for that is arthritic nodosity. It's called an arthritic nodosity. It's when the joints anywhere in the body, very noticeable on the fingers or the toes, when they get really big and swollen. And when a joint becomes big and swollen, if it gets big enough, the finger can start to cock and go point in a completely different direction. That's really a telltale sign, one of the telltale signs of a variant of arthritis called rheumatoid arthritis. But nonetheless, the human body is chewing up old bone and laying down new bone all of the time. It's chewing up old bone and laying down new bone all of the time. This is how the world-famous osteoporosis medicines, Fosamax and Boniva, work. They take advantage of this process of the body chewing up old bone and laying down new bone. It's an academic fact that the body is regenerating bone and joint tissue all of the time. Now, when a part of the body becomes swollen, the vast majority of the time it becomes swollen because it is being called upon to do work. You know, you got to move your hands and your fingers, and that's work. Your body is calling upon a particular part of your body to do work, but your body doesn't have the stuff necessary to get the work done. And so you force it a little bit, and then when you force any particular part of the body to do work when it doesn't have the stuff necessary to get the work done, swelling will be the result. Your thyroid gland runs out of iodine, it swells up. Your pituitary gland runs out of amino acids, it swells up. Your joints run out of joint juice, so to speak, they swell up. It's really not rocket science. It's chronic, unchecked inflammation in the joint, and really all that the MD has for this is a cortisone shot, which is a temporary fix at best. So what do we do when we're up against something like this? Well, it's simple. We know that the body knows how to fix itself. We see that the body knows how to fix itself, so we just get the person on board with a program that in this case supports and promotes the ability of the joints to be healthy, and that's easier than falling off of a tomato truck, if there is such a thing. It's one healthy bone and joint pack and 2 bottles of selenium, one healthy bone and joint pack and 2 bottles of selenium per 100 pounds of body weight per month. And it wouldn't be a bad idea into that bargain to throw 1 extra bottle of Beyond Osteo FX a month. So that's one healthy bone and joint pack 2.0, one healthy bone and joint pack 2.0, 2 bottles of selenium per 100 pounds of body weight per month. And then once you've figured out that, then you buy 1 extra bottle of a white liquid calcium called Beyond Osteo FX. This combination of nutrients provides the joints the raw materials that the joints need to function optimally. And so when the joints all of a sudden, out of the blue, overnight, have all of the stuff they need to function optimally, well, guess what? They start to clean house. And it's anybody's guess as to the ability of anybody's body in order to be able to backtrack and fix stuff. Sometimes the trouble has been ensconced for so long, and it's happened for so long, the body can't fix it. It's too far gone, you can't fix it. But I don't know where that point is. You don't know where that point is. Your knucklehead medical doctor doesn't even think it exists in the first place. So there's no harm and no foul here. And I've got to tell you something else, Lori, that if this person has, enlarged finger joints, then that's the telltale sign of chronic, long-term nutrient deficiencies. I mean, chronic long-term nutrient deficiencies. So if she's had nutrient deficiencies so pronounced for so long that it's caused pronounced swelling of the finger joints, guaranteed there's a boatload of other stuff that she's suffering from into the bargain that she's just gotten used to. Heartburn, high blood pressure, insomnia, panic attacks, hard to fall asleep at night, hard to sleep through the night, constipation, gas, diarrhea, restless legs at night in bed, something, bad teeth, chronically bad teeth, has like 25 root canals, or, all dentures, all fake teeth. The game is afoot here with this person. So, and remember, this is holistic medicine, right? This is not a treatment for a finger joint. This is a treatment for a human being. This is a treatment to support and promote across the board the functionality of the human body. So when this program is started, we look to see improvement wherever we get it. Mood, energy, sleep, appetite, whatever. And then if we get lucky, 3, 4, 5, 6 months down the road, the finger joints will start to improve dramatically. Does that make sense, Lori?
Yes, it does. Okay, so really her fingers can go back straight.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it. I met a woman years ago. She was one of Dr. Wallach's original patients. She had bad rheumatoid arthritis. Her rheumatoid arthritis was so bad, when she pointed her hands out straight, her fingers were curled around pointing back towards her. I mean, it was bad.
Huh.
And she got on board with a medical nutrition program. She cleaned up her diet. And she would give lectures, right? She'd go around the country and introduce the longevity supplement program to people. And she would start by giving a before picture of what her hands were. And then she had one of those little portable keyboards, and she'd play a little tune on the keyboard with her new hands. And nobody could believe it. I mean, it's one of the best testimonials I've ever seen because it was right there in living color, right? So, yeah, the body can fix it if it's not too far gone. And yeah, I'm telling you, if you start hanging out around the Longevity Campus, the virtual Longevity Campus, you start coming to my webinars regularly, you start listening to this radio show regularly, become a Dr. Glidden insider, become a subscription holder to my online health recovery program, and just plug yourself into the live stuff and all the archive stuff that we do, you're going to see testimonials that'll make your head explode. Because the body's ability to fix itself, you have no idea of the body's ability to be able to fix itself. It is magnificently remarkable. And that's one of the greatest things about this line of work, because you get to just stand back in awe of the fantastic power of Mother Nature and the human body to adjust itself. I mean, honestly, given all of the political crap that we get and all the social crap that we get and all of the snide remarks that we get and all of the prejudice that we have to put up with, I mean, it's nonsense. The only thing that keeps us moving forward is seeing things that come around for people remarkably. I mean, it's an extremely rewarding line of work. And if you haven't already, you should seriously consider aligning yourself with Longevity as a business builder and learning our simple health recovery solutions and letting us hold your hand and teach you and show you how to make a couple of extra $100 a month, maybe a couple extra $1,000, maybe quite a bit of extra money a month by helping your friends and family members and church members to recover their health, because the medical community has completely let everybody down. We're out of time, Lori. Check it out, fireyourmdnow.com. Click on the link to become a Longevity member with Dr. Glidden, and then just follow the mouse. It's easy. Someone from my team will contact you, and then we are off to the races. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden, ladies and gentlemen. Today is September 23rd, 2013. Stick around. We're going to go back to Calgary and talk to Carol when we come back. How do you feel about those numbers, ladies and gentlemen? You okay with 40,000 women dying from breast cancer, even though we knew 10 years ago that you could prevent breast cancer from even happening in the first place 82% of the time with one simple nutritional supplement? And we had to, well, we didn't have to, it was Dr. Wallach that did. Dr. Wallach was required to bring truckloads of published research to the Food and Drug Administration to get the certified health claim. Now, this is another an indictment of the pharmaceutical industry control over the delivery and the dissemination of health care in the United States. Now, do you think if the pharmaceutical industry came up with a drug that prevented breast cancer by 82%, well, I mean, whoever invented that, they'd have the Nobel Prize? They'd have a statue in Washington, D.C., for goodness sake. They'd be lionized, you know, the next Albert Schweitzer, right? But when it's a mineral supplement that does it, oh, no, we can't look at that. One more reason to get really, really mad and fire your medical doctor, because they support and promote an industry that goes out of its way to keep you in the dark and to increase your pain and suffering. I'm just calling a spade a spade. You know, I don't have any undue, unnecessary, unrequited love dogma against the MDs. That's not why I rant against the MDs. It's because they're killing people and they practice old-fashioned, outdated, dangerous therapeutics. Meanwhile, in real time, there's tons of clinical successes that naturopathic physicians, chiropractors, homeopaths, herbalists all around the world are getting, but were ignored. Published research. You kidding me? We had to sue the Food and Drug Administration so that we can say that selenium reduces the occurrence of breast cancer by 82%. What's going on? Well, I'll tell you what's going on. The fox is in the henhouse. And your health is suffering because of it. That's why we exist. Fire your medical doctor now. Tell everybody in your world to fire your medical doctor now. The only thing that they're good for is trauma care. And that's the only thing your insurance should support, by the way. You should only have medical insurance that gives you access to the MDs, heaven forbid, You need, trauma care. You break a leg, someone T-bones you at the intersection, you get your leg blown off in Iraq, heaven forbid. This is what they're good for, but for everything else, they're horrible, dangerous, ineffective, expensive, and save the best for last, deadly as hell. Carol from Calgary has a question about digestion. Hey, Carol, thanks for calling. You are live.
Thank you, Dr. Glidden.
Yeah, you're welcome. How can I help?
I'm having a problem, and some days it's worse than others, that when I drink water, especially water or anything like that, whether it's tap water or cold water from the fridge, doesn't really matter, within a few minutes, I can't keep it down. I'm just bringing it all up again.
Yeah. How long's that been going on?
It's about a few months now.
Yeah, was there anything that precipitated it? Was it, just after you'd recovered from the flu, or was there any event related to the appearance of this symptom, or did it just happen out of the blue?
It just started happening out of the blue. And I do sometimes feel that maybe I haven't digested my food properly, because at times I've even brought up my food.
Yeah, that would make sense to me.
It'd be about an hour later.
Yeah. How tall are you, and how much do you weigh?
I'm 5'6", and I weigh 240 pounds, and
Okay.
I have been losing weight.
Okay, good girl. Now, how old are you, please?
I'm 64.
64. And do you have any definitive health complaints that the MDs have told you? You have high blood pressure or heartburn or anything?
Just lately, they said I had high blood pressure, which is very unusual for me.
Yeah.
I've since been monitoring it, and it's come down again.
Yeah, did they give you meds for that?
Most of that, yeah, but they put me on medication, which I'm hoping to come off that again.
Yeah, okay. So here's the first thing you want to do, Carol. You want to go to the Internet. You want to look to see if frequent nausea after drinking is a side effect of the medication that you're on. It's entirely possible that it is.
Okay.
It's entirely possible that you're suffering from a side effect of a drug. And one of the things that happens is, as the drug works in your body, every day it burns up nutrients, because your drugs don't work through pixie dust in the body. Drugs work by upregulating or downregulating, by manipulating metabolic pathways in the body, all of which use vitamins, minerals, and essential nutrients. So the longer that you're on a drug, the more deficient you become in nutrients. And we're going to talk about the relationship between specific nutrient deficiencies and the health of your tummy when we come back. Stick around, folks. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden. This is Fire Your MD Now. Bada bing, bada boom, ladies and gentlemen. We're back. Dr. Peter Glidden here. And it looks like the video feed is giving us trouble again. I hate it when that happens. Hold on here. Let me try to dial this in. It does not look like we're getting any success here with the video feed. We'll try to work this out as quickly as we possibly can. Meanwhile, we're finishing up with Carol in Calgary, who has a digestion issue. Carol, are you still with me?
I'm still with you.
Okay, so, there's a saying, right, that it was the straw that broke the camel's back. Well, often what happens with people is they'll have chronic, undetected, low-grade nutrient deficiencies that build and build and build and build and build and build and build, and then they wake up one day and something's broken, right? Like all of a sudden they've got blood pressure issues. All of a sudden they've got insomnia. All of a sudden they've got heartburn. All of a sudden they're throwing up every time they drink water or whatever. So, and also, we're very pragmatic in what we do, and this is an illness of the digestive tract. And often when this happens, you'll have the experience that you're throwing up undigested food, which means that, in common sense, if I was just to try to dial this in with pragmatic, good old-fashioned common sense, I would say that, well, your digestive juice, your stomach acid is weak and needs support. Now, this is an interesting thing to talk about, because it is the same thing that drives high blood pressure that drives weak stomach acid. So I'm going to guess that you have a problem with chronic calcium deficiencies because your body needs adequate amounts of calcium to have healthy blood pressure, and it needs adequate amounts of calcium to have healthy digestive acid. And if you don't have enough digestive acid, all kinds of funny things will happen when you start to eat. Throwing up food after you drink water would be one of them. So at 240 pounds, here's what I would recommend you would do for 90 days to try to get on the other side of this. It's simple, really. It's just 2 healthy digestion packs. 2 healthy digestion packs per month. 2 healthy digestion packs per month. That's it. Plus, you need to eliminate the 10 bad foods. Plus, you need to start salting your food so that it tastes good, because your body needs salt and calcium in order to have healthy stomach acid. Have you, for any reason, been on a salt-restricted diet?
No, since listening to you, I've increased my salt.
But before listening to me, you were avoiding it, right?
Because my husband had to be on a salt-free diet.
Yeah, and for how many years do you think you were avoiding salt, Carol?
Oh, 5, 6 years.
Yeah, so those chickens have come home to roost, right? So that's what I meant before. So you're without salt, 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 boom. Something breaks. And that's kind of how it goes, right? So start salting your food so that it tastes good, which you're already doing. But you need the calcium now, plus the other 90 essentials. And I'm going to gainsay that within 14 days of starting this program, that this whole digestive thing should start to turn around for you. Now, one of the things you can do in the meantime, which is, again, an interesting thing to talk about, and it's only a homeopath that would have a clue about this, or perhaps an oriental doctor as well. You may want to try drinking warm water instead of cold water or room temperature water, and you may benefit from putting the juice of half of a lemon into the warm water before you drink it. Because warm water with lemon in it stimulates digestive juice production, and you need as much help down there as you can get. So you may find it beneficial at the beginning of a meal to have a little bit of warm water with a little bit of lemon juice in it. Salt your food so that it tastes good as you're taking the calcium and the other 89 essential nutrients every day. And of course, one of the components of the healthy digestion pack is a digestion enzyme. It's a digestive enzyme. And the recommendation there would be 2 of the digestive enzyme capsules before or at the very beginning of a meal. 2 digestive enzyme caps before or at the very beginning of a meal. And I would say within 21 days there should be a noticeable change. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that does. Now, that's interesting because I found that I could drink coffee, no problem.
Yeah, well, there you go. Now, coffee's acidic, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's another nail in the diagnostic coffin, that this is a problem with the strength of your digestive acid. So there you go. Warm drinks, lemon, salt, more calcium, the digestive enzymes. You shouldn't need the digestive enzymes for more than a couple of months, though.
Okay.
So try that on for size, Carol, and then I'm going to be rolling through Calgary in a couple of weeks.
Oh.
Try to make it to the live event, introduce yourself, and tell me how it's going. I'll look forward to it.
Okay. I have been on the 90 for Life, but of course not been able to drink a lot of it. I've just been sipping it. I'm not having as much as I should be.
Well, the recommendation for you, what you really want to try to dial in immediately, is 2 ounces of the white liquid calcium a day.
Okay.
So I don't care if you have to do a half of an ounce 4 times a day, or a quarter of an ounce 8 times a day. I don't care. You need 2 ounces into your body, and I do not care how you do that. The Beyond Tangy Tangerine and the EFAs I'm not so concerned about right now. You need the calcium and the digestive enzymes. You need the calcium and the digestive enzymes, and to be salting your food. Once you consistently get enough calcium into your body and the digestive enzymes at the beginning of a meal, your stomach acid should start to turn a corner. And once the stomach acid turns a corner and you're digesting food properly and that's not a problem anymore, it's going to be way more easy to take the other supplements. So I think that would be a good place to start. The recommendation for you at 240 pounds would be 3 ounces of the calcium a day. I want you to do 3 ounces of the white liquid calcium a day. 3 ounces, not 2, I misspoke. 3 ounces of the white liquid calcium a day, okay, for a couple of weeks. And I don't care, again, if you need to do half an ounce 6 times a day or a quarter of an ounce 12 times a day, whatever. Get 3 ounces of the white liquid calcium into your body and see how you do.
Lovely. Thank you so much.
All right, Carol, I'll look forward to hearing from you, maybe even meeting you in person in a couple of weeks when I'm doing my road trip up through Edmonton, Calgary, Camrose, and Red Deer. From Canada to Illinois now to talk to Steve about God only knows what. Hey, Steve, thanks for calling. You are live.
Hey, Doc, how you doing?
Pretty good.
I got a guy that's 230 pounds. He's 41 years old, and he's got all these ailments. Let me just read a list. Sleep apnea, osteopenia. I don't know if I said that right.
Osteopenia, yeah.
Yeah, and low testosterone, tennis elbow, joint pain, restless leg syndrome, and acid reflux.
Well, most of what he's got is calcium and mineral deficiencies. Most of what he has is calcium and mineral deficiencies, and the sleep apnea is a non-issue. Sleep apnea is a made-up disease. You don't die from sleep apnea, right? The only people that are bothered by sleep apnea are the people that you're sleeping with. The MDs completely made that one up, and it's nonsense what they get away with. So the recommendation for this guy is easy. It would just be the Healthy Start Pack. So how much did you say he weighed?
He weighs 230.
230 pounds. All right, so it would be 2 Healthy Start Packs. 2 Healthy Start Packs, 4 bottles of selenium, and 2 extra bottles of Beyond OsteoFX. 2 extra bottles of Beyond OsteoFX a month. 2 Healthy Starts, 4 selenium, and 2 Beyond OsteoFX. And for goodness sake, with this many calcium deficiencies going on, I would be very surprised if by the 4th week of the program he didn't feel a remarkable improvement across the board. So check it out. And but again, remember, there's 2 things that we do all the time, right? We give the body the nutrients it needs, and appropriate for body weight, and we make sure they're not eating food that's causing leaks in the tank. So he's got to clean his diet up and stop eating the 10 bad foods in addition to taking the nutritional supplements. And if he dials in both of those programs, then life should be good.
Okay. Do you ever make it down to Peoria, Illinois? Have you ever made it down this way? We were considering doing a run through Peoria a little while ago. I'd be open to doing that so you've got boots on the ground in Peoria, and you think you could generate a little grassroots movement down there to get maybe 50 people into a room with me? Oh yeah.
You think you could do that? All right. Well, be in touch with me.
Okay.
Be in touch with me about that. My calendar is pretty full for the end of the year, but we could definitely do something in 2014 in Peoria, and I'd look forward to that. I really want to do more stuff close to home. Appreciate you, Steve.
Awesome.
Keep up the good work, man.
Thank you, Doc.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's my pleasure, man. I appreciate you. All right, folks, it looks like, we have an international caller. Ashley, all the way from Belgium, is on the line. Hi, Ashley. Thanks for calling. You are live. Come on in, Ashley. Are you there?
Hello?
Hello, Ashley. How are you?
Dr. Glidden, it's not Ashley. It's Patsy.
Oh, I'm sorry. We got it wrong here. That's okay.
Yes. Okay, please, I'm very, very happy to be able to reach you today. It's like a miracle because I've been trying your numbers. None of them is going. Okay, I have 2 questions. One, I must say thank you so much because I used to have inflammation on my feet, which has gone away completely because you said, we should take salt. So I do take salt. And I have been taking my 90 for life. But I have a drawback. I'm not losing weight because I think maybe it's because the supplement is not complete. Do you think that's because of it?
No. The only thing that makes people gain weight is eating too many calories.
Okay.
So, regretfully, you have to get into the habit of counting your calories every day.
Okay.
Until you get comfortable with knowing what 1,000 to 1,200 calories a day looks like. That's the goal here. 1,200 or less calories a day. If you start eating 1,200 calories a day or less, you will lose weight. If you eat more than that, you will not lose weight. It's as simple as that. Now, the thing that makes people eat too many calories is their bodies are nutritionally starved. And so once you fill up your nutritional tank and you have eliminated the 10 bad foods, it's a lot easier for your body to handle a 1,200 calorie a day diet. So how much do you weigh right now?
In kilos, I weigh 80 kilos.
So that's about 164 pounds, right? About 166 pounds.
Like that,
About 166 pounds. So the recommendation for you would be 2 healthy start packs, 2 healthy start packs, and 2 bottles of plant minerals a month. 2 healthy starts and 2 bottles of plant minerals a month. Or failing that, you could get away actually with 1 healthy start and 2 bottles of plant minerals a month. 1 healthy start and 2 bottles of plant minerals a month. Stick around, Patsy from Belgium. We're up against the hard break. I'll finish up with you when we come back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Peter Glidden here, finishing up September 23rd's live episode with Patsy from Belgium. Patsy, are you still with me?
Okay, yes, Dr. Glidden, I'm still here.
Okay,
so
So here's what you do, all right?
Yes.
One healthy start pack and 2 bottles of plant minerals a month. And every time you feel like you need to eat some food between meals, instead of eating food between meals, have a little bit of the plant minerals, a half an ounce or an ounce of the plant minerals. Because oftentimes the plant minerals will curb your appetite until your body gets used to eating a restricted calorie diet, because, you know, it's kind of a little hard for your body to get into that groove. And I got to tell you something, it is really, 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 really easy to cheat on calories and not know that you're cheating on calories. So you have to be like doubly, you know, you really have to measure the amount of calories that you're taking every day. But when you can dial in 1,200 or less, plus you've eliminated the 10 bad foods, and you're taking the 90 essential nutrients, it should be a relative breeze, and you should start losing about a pound and a half, or 2 pounds a week.
Okay. Okay, what I only have is the BPP. I've not been able to get the plant minerals.
Okay, well, that would be the next thing you want to try to dial in, the plant-derived minerals. It's an inexpensive product. The Beyond Tangy Tangerine is a good place to start. If you can only get the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, do the Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 and get some fish oil capsules at the local health food store. Fish oil capsules. If you you really want to try to get a healthy start pack in your body every month.
I had the what do you call it? The oil.
Yep.
But I heard someone talking about the fact that the oil was not very good. That is, the fish oil is not very healthy. And
no, they're wrong. You need fish oil. You need omega-3 and omega-6 in your body, and Longevity's fish oil is one of the best ones I've ever seen, and I've been doing this for 24 years clinically. I've had access to fish oil supplements made from companies that only sell to physicians. I'm telling you, Longevity's nutritional supplements are at the top of the food chain of nutritional supplements. And if you want to believe what strangers say, that, you know, it's your life, you get to do whatever you want. But if I were you, I would believe what Dr. Wallach says, because Dr. Wallach has a resume that's unmatched by any other doctor in the world. He literally wrote the book, on medical nutrition. And my advice to you and everybody else is lean on Dr. Wallach. So the recommendation, once again, 1 healthy start pack and 2 bottles of plant minerals a month. Eliminate the 10 bad foods. Dial in 1,200 calories a day or less, and you will start to drop weight like a rock star. We're up against the end of the show. I got to let you go, Patsy. Thanks so much for calling. I appreciate your trust. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have for subscribers only, for Dr. Glidden Insiders only, an Introduction to Longevity webinar, and longevity business builders all around the world are using this Introduction to Longevity webinar in addition to my archived health webinars to build their longevity businesses at light speed. Because rather than becoming the expert, all you have to do is point to the expert. All you need to do is say, listen, I know a doctor that says you don't have to suffer with that. If I invite you to this webinar, to this live event, will you attend it? If I send you a link to this archived webinar, will you watch it? And then follow up. Tune in tonight. If you're an insider, if you're an insider, you're going to love it. 8 o'clock Central Time. Bring your guests to tonight's show. This event is not for you. It's for your guests. And if you'd like to see what we're up to become an insider, just visit my website, fireyourmdnow.com, fireyourmdnow.com, and click on the Become an Insider button. It's that easy. 8 o'clock tonight, Central Time, is when the fun begins. Ladies and gentlemen, if you can't make it there, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. God willing, and the creek don't rise. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden, your steadfast advocate for health, reminding you that only you can prevent allopathic reductionism. See you in the future.